All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and I definitely had to bring y'all this one. Seems like we got some breaking news that the Democrats just surrendered as Chuck Schumer pretty much just caved to President Trump. So pretty much President Trump just won the shutdown because President Trump was not playing at all when he was talking about ending the filibuster. He was not playing at all. He was putting a lot of pressure on Republican senators, and now it seems like Chuck Schumer done finally got it through their head to reopen the government. Because like I said, they had it shut down for the longest. Why? Because they wanted that communist to win. They got exactly what they wanted. And then y'all seen the video I showed the other day where now he was trying to propose something else new that the Democrats wanted in order to reopen the government. So it seemed like they changed their mind on that and they did not get what they want. And not only that, we're going to expose Zoran Scam Dunny even more, especially about free buses, free this, free that. And then he put out a campaign video pretty much just lying. Put out an ad lying, talking about now he want New Yorkers money to pay him and his transition team. But like I say, everybody that voted for Scam Dunny, this is what you get. You voted for it, thought you was going to get free stuff, free buses, your rent freezing. No, that right there was not going to happen. But this guy was able to trick everybody like he did. So without further ado, we definitely going to dive straight into it. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. And shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you that do that because it definitely helps get President Trump's message out. And it definitely helps get the video out there. So please let me know in the comment section that you stayed to the end of this video right here. And you did hit that like button. Like I said, subscribe to the channel if you is new. Make sure your notifications is turned to all so you don't miss out on any uploads. Because like I said, I try my best to keep y'all up to date with everything that's going on. And not only that, Chuck Schumer storms off the Senate floor screaming, just left. We're about to get into all that. So let's start it off with this right here. You can see right here by Eric Dawes said, breaking, a deal reached to reopen the U.S. government. President Trump successfully gave Senate Republican unbelievable leverage, forcing moderate Democrats to cave. Funding set to be through January 30th. No Obamacare subsidies. At least 8 Senate Dems currently back it, multiple outlets report. The only main GOP concession simply allow an ACA vote next month. No guarantee on passing or supporting it. Time to win and bring it home. It was reported earlier today that President Trump supports it. So that's the breaking news right there. And you can see right here, it's a breaking. It's been confirmed. A deal has been reached to reopen the government. A huge win for President Trump. Democrats, VA Senator Tim Kaine just publicly came out in support of the bill. Enough Dems support it to pass. And let's check out this video.
Hey, good evening. Well, we're looking at this test vote sometime after 8 o'clock Eastern time here in the Senate. The Senate is out on a recess right now, but they will come back after 8. And we were kind of thinking that this test vote would come between 8 and 10 o'clock Eastern time. Now, it is a test vote, as we say, but it's more than just that. That will tell us, if they are successful, if the government shutdown is going to end and the government is going to reopen. This is going to be about the math. It's whether or not all Republicans, and let's see if they can get all Republicans here, combined with a group of Democrats, can get to 60 votes and break a filibuster. If they get to that 60-vote threshold, that vote, that test vote, is almost more important than final passage, which could come later in the evening tonight, maybe in the overnight, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Let me break down the math here right now. So there are 53 Republicans in the Senate. It's unclear if Rand Paul, the Republican from Kentucky, would vote with his party. He has opposed his party on this issue really since the end of September. But you've had a coalition of 3 other senators who caucus with the Democrats who voted with the Republicans throughout the way here. And we've just gotten this bit of information in the past few minutes that, part and parcel that was central to getting this deal were 3 former New England governors. They are all senators now. You have Jeanne Shaheen, the Democratic senator from New Hampshire, Maggie Hassan, the Democratic senator from New Hampshire as well, and Angus King, the independent from Maine, who caucuses with the Democrats. They say that they have gotten some major concessions in this deal. This would reverse the federal RIFs. Also, SNAP money would be back in, and so they're willing to support that deal. So you see how that coalition of Democrats is growing. And here's the other issue. You have a split in the Democratic caucus. The Senate Democrats have been meeting behind closed doors for about an hour and a half, 2 hours now, and there's a lot of division there. There are some Democrats who are going to come out and support this test vote, and the others are going to rage at them. Hakeem Jeffries, who's the Democratic leader, just put out a statement a few minutes ago. He said that this fight is not over in the House of Representatives for the Democrats. You had critical words from Bernie Sanders, the independent senator from Vermont, about what the Democrats were doing here because they didn't get anything on health care. Remember, this is why Democrats were not voting to fund the government. They wanted an agreement on health care. Greg Kazar, who is a Democrat from Texas, and he chairs the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives, he called this a betrayal. So we're probably going to have this test vote sometime in the next couple of hours, and then the question is just how fast they...
And that's definitely what we just got a few minutes ago, as y'all can see now that, that the Democrats and Chuck Schumer finally caved. And not only that, it's a lot of Democrats, a lot of liberals who's not happy about this. They ain't happy at all. So if we get to this right, here's another one that I want to show y'all where Chuck Schumer suddenly flees the Senate floor to avoid an absolute grilling by Senator Bernie Moreno on his massive Obamacare fund. And this is where Chuck Schumer just got exposed. He got exposed so bad that he just ran off the Senate floor. Just ran off the Senate floor. And then this right here is another thing that led to what just happened, as y'all can see now that the government is now getting ready to, be reopened as the Democrats so finally surrendered. So let's check this out right here, because, of course, you know how Democrats is. They'll say exactly what they want. They want you to sit there and listen to them. But then as soon as the Republicans start talking, he wants to storm off the floor because he don't want to hear what the Republican has to say. Check this out.
Have you put forward a proposal that we can read that you referenced in your speech, what says a clean continuing resolution with the extension of the ACA Biden COVID credits?
Yes, as we spoke yesterday.
So there is
I will not be interrupted.
No, my question is there a proposal in writing that we can read?
There is a proposal that is very simple. First, you haven't put your proposed ACA, fix to the ACA, the new one, which Leader Thune has spoken about on the floor, so we can't give you a counter in writing. But it's very simple, because we have two sentences we would add to any proposal, which would extend the ACA benefits for 1 year. That's all, plain and simple. And the leader can put that in his proposal on opening up the government. So it doesn't need a vote. It can't be blocked by anybody. It's the right thing to do.
It still have no income caps, so people who make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a year?
As we said, if he would have listened to my speech yesterday, once we pass the 1 year fix, so people right now...
Chuck Schumer is just full of crap, man. It's so funny that he think that everything he's saying is right when we know he's wrong. He must think somebody's stupid, because obviously we see exactly what Mike Johnson said when he wanted backroom deals. Him and that dollar store Barack Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, wanted backroom deals that they did not want the American people to know about. And now he's sitting on this Senate floor just lying. And y'all going to see in a minute that, as he getting grilled, he just decided to just storm off the floor. Just gone. Let's go.
Are in difficulty, we would sit and negotiate that. The leader has said he won't negotiate before. We're willing to negotiate once the credits are extended, plain and simple. And we made that in our proposal yesterday.
So for 1 year, people making millions of dollars would still receive these COVID-era subsidies?
The bottom line is the senator from Ohio ignores that 99% of people, you want to hurt people making $10,000, $50,000, $90,000 and hold this up? We can fix what the gentleman said in a negotiation, but don't have people who are every day being hurt by paying thousands of dollars more that they can't afford. I know that the senator from Ohio cares about the billionaires.
They see, here they go again. They always saying about the billionaires, but then when we take it back, the billionaires and millionaires was the ones supporting Kamala Harris to try to take down President Trump. Remember all those donations that she was getting? It's like, come on. And then even when she had all that money, she was paying all of these celebrities. So it's just crazy that they keep on using this billionaires talk, man. This is crazy.
We care about average working people. I yield the floor.
So just to be clear, Mr. President.
Was recognized.
Look at him. He's right here now. He just taking off. He gonna say what he had to say, but he don't want to listen to. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. And as y'all can see down here, he just storms off. Now he wanted the respect of somebody sitting there listening to him say whatever he's gonna say, even though we know he's lying. But he don't want to do the same for the other person. So look at this.
I yield the floor.
So just to be clear, Mr. President.
Was recognized.
So just to be clear, what you heard from the minority leader was the following. I just want to recap it for those of whom I missed. Number one, he acknowledged that the Democrats have actually not put forward a written proposal that people could look at. Number two, he acknowledged that his plan would be to allow millionaires, let me just say that clearly, people making millions of dollars would receive Biden-era COVID Obamacare subsidies. You heard that right. No income cap. I was going to ask him before he stormed out of the room, because evidently he doesn't want to hear any opposing views or
as y'all can see, he stormed out of the room, didn't want to hear anything.
Obamacare subsidies. You heard that right. No income cap. I was going to ask him before he stormed out of the room, because evidently he doesn't want to hear any opposing views or actually engage in meaningful negotiation. He would have heard me ask the next question, Madam President, which is, would he continue $0 premiums, which we know for a fact have enormous levels of fraud? If he had stayed, I would have asked him a third question. Does he want these monies to go directly to insurance companies? Let me repeat that, Madam President, because I don't think the American people have been told the truth here. This money does not go to people on Obamacare. This is a check written from the federal government to the wealthiest insurance companies on the planet.
And that's the reason why he stormed out, because he didn't want to answer any of those questions. He knew those questions was coming, and he decided to leave. And that's why I say like Chuck Schumer, Democrats, they just think we stupid. This is insane. Now, if Senator Bernie Moreno would have stormed off and left, then Chuck Schumer would have been crying about that. But yeah, he didn't want to listen to Senator Moreno, so he wanted to just storm off the Senate floor mad.
He wants no income caps, millionaires getting COVID subsidies. He wants $0 premiums that are filled with fraud. And he wants to enrich insurance companies even more.
Enrich insurance companies. That's exactly what he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted. But as you can see, he wanted all that and didn't even get it, because as y'all can see, the shutdown is now being reopened. Now let's turn the tables to this right here that I wanted to talk to y'all about.
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix the city's going to step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill.
Watch next.
If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business.
He says, we're going to take over the building.
So it's theirs. It's the city's.
So you mean like seize the means of production?
That's
like
exactly
communists?
Wait a minute.
So he's saying the quiet part out loud,
yes,
and people voted for it.
That's right.
So remember what we said about Zoran Scam Dunny. So this guy right here, I guess he was walking up to this bus in New York talking about, I guess he was saying, is this bus free? Because this is what Zoran Scam Dunny said was going to happen. So it's a bus driver in New York City say, Mom Dunny is lying. Buses would never be free. Listen to this right here.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question. So I saw on the bus it said, and I see the sign that says fares required. I thought the buses were supposed to be free now because, Mom Donnie just won.
That's funny. That's a good one.
When does that start?
That's never going to stop.
Never going to happen?
That was fucking
all right, well, I want to say I appreciate what you do, my guy.
funny.
All right, have a good one, my guy. Listen, you are the heart and soul, the backbone of New York State.
Let's take that back. This bus driver said that right there is never going to happen. Like I said, he just promised them a whole bunch of stuff that they just can't have.
All right, have a good one, my guy. Just one.
That's funny. That's a good one.
When does that start?
That's never going to stop.
Never going to happen?
That was fucking
all right, well, I want to say I appreciate what you do, my guy. All right, have a good one, my guy. Listen, you are the heart and soul, the backbone of New York. Stay safe.
I don't care if you come off for free. I got you.
W man, thank you, bro. Have a good one.
I've been doing free buses before, Mondami. I'm the man.
Yes, sir. All right, you got to run for the next election. I'll vote for you. Have a good.
Wow. And listen to this young lady right here. Listen to what she had to say about this right here. How, he pretty much just tricked New Yorkers, man, and they just fell for his trap. That's exactly what happened.
Mom Donnie is already asking for money.
January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
So he wants you to make a donation to him and his transition team after he sat on that campaign trail and said that he was going to give New Yorkers stuff for free. I've showed plenty of clips of people getting interviewed and saying that I'm only voting for Mondani because he's going to freeze my rent, government-run grocery stores, and not only that, look what this guy proposed, legalizing prostitution. Like, what? And this is what New Yorkers voted for. Not only that, he is now talking about, confiscating people's property. We'll get to that in just a second.
I thought it was all going to be free. You mean somebody actually has to pay for it? What happened to all the taxes that you were going to raise on corporations on the top 1%? That was your plan to cover all of this stuff. What do you mean you need donations? He hasn't even become mayor yet, and he's already admitting that what he told you he was going to be able to do might not actually happen. If you're in New York and you're expecting donations already, my message to you is you voted for it, you donate. Put that socialism to work. It's now your job to put your money in for the good of the collective. Show us how it's done.
Wow. And not only that, it didn't even stop there, because if you see Kathy Hochul, is it right here say by Sabby Sab, say blocking free buses and rent freeze is a surefire way for Hochul to lose re-election. Blocking Mondani's agenda for working class people is going to backfire on her. So she pretty much saying all this stuff that, Mondani said that he was going to do, like these free buses, freezing rent, raising taxes. Seems like Kathy Hochul is not going to do it.
I'm from Buffalo. We don't put up with a lot of crap. So I just want to set the stage that, you look at the history of people who've run multi-million-dollar ad campaigns to try and get me to change my position. I don't change my position. So I just want to put it out there. I respect people's opinions. I respect the proper place to convey them. And so I've said to people, I hear you. And that was important. But also, there is a time and place. And so that's all on that. No, I've had conversations on this trip, but many conversations, I'd say over the summer and the fall, that were important, that led to an understanding of what's in the realm of possibility, shared ambitions, but what is doable is the question. And so, no, we're aligned on so many of these issues. I've made it clear where I have strong disagreements with issues that really do not pertain to,
So she said she disagreed with him yet, but like I said, if you notice, she didn't start disagreeing until after he won the election. She knew everything he was proposing. That's the reason why she's a scam artist too, because she knew everything he was proposing, she was not going to do it anyway. She was not going to let him do it. She knew it wasn't going to be no free buses, all this raising taxes on white neighborhoods and all of this. She knew she wasn't going to do it. So she's part of the scam as well. So now, since he done won, now she's coming out saying, I'm not going to do that. Because we would have called that out if he was doing it during the election, like during the campaign, trail and stuff, and what he was saying.
The governance of New York City, I've said you need to get a police commissioner that people trust, who has a record of accomplishment to keep the trajectory that we're on right now, which is crime is going down. Crime is going down significantly. You don't say mission accomplished, but that is a great trend. So him agreeing with
every time re-election is coming and stuff like that, the first thing they go to run into, crime is down. Just lying.
That assessment, that recommendation to keep Jessica Tisch was an important statement on many fronts. So I'm looking forward to, having our teams keep a lot of conversations with our teams. We said we'd be talking, I'm meeting him very soon to talk about our response if there is a surge of ICE agents and National Guard that do come, perhaps after his inauguration, and how we can be proactive in preventing that from happening. Yeah. And that's the state I'm in right now, prevent that from happening. So we've had a lot of conversations. So no, I think there's a mutual respect, and that's gonna, I think, only go deeper.
So that's a perfect.
And the thing about it, if you know, Kathy Hochul is nervous right now because Elise Stefanik dropped a groundbreaking ad that she's now running for governor of New York, and that's the reason why Kathy Hochul is scared.
The Empire State has fallen.
People are just going crazy over the amount of taxes here.
There's no question. New York is facing an affordability crisis.
Escape from New York? The tax base has been fleeing the Empire State.
Top leaders in New York City say a wave of migrant crime has washed over the city. Foreign gang members terrorizing innocent New Yorkers.
Complete disregard for the law.
And Kathy Hochul's failed policies are to blame.
Worst governor in America. Worst governor in America. Worst governor in America.
Kathy Hochul made New York the most unaffordable state in the nation, crushing families with sky-high taxes, unaffordable rent, soaring energy costs, and record-high grocery bills, and cozied up to a defund the police, tax-hiking, anti-Semitic communist.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
I can hear you.
But from the ashes of Kathy Hochul's failed policies, New York will rise, like we always do. The spirit of the Empire State cannot be broken. All we need is a courageous leader, ready for the fight. Elise Stefanik will make New York affordable and safe.
People in New York, no matter if you're a Republican, Independent, or Democrat, enough is enough. We are the most unaffordable state in the nation because of single-party Democrat rule led by Kathy Hochul.
As a working mom, congresswoman, and fighter, Elise knows families need more help, and she'll make New York affordable. That's why she authored and passed the largest middle-class tax cut in New York's history, letting working families keep more of their hard-earned money. Elise will reduce your energy, utility, and grocery bills. She fought woke insanity in our schools, stood proudly with law enforcement, championed small businesses, and will never back down from fighting for New York families. With everything on the line, we need someone who will deliver results and make New York affordable and safe for families and small businesses to not just survive, but thrive. Elise Stefanik will clean up Kathy Hochul's catastrophe and restore New York's greatness. Elise Stefanik for governor. It's time to save New York.
So, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below in the comment section, and make sure you vote for Elise Stefanik when it's time to vote. Get Kathy Hochul out of New York. So, like I said, thank you all for watching, the special ones that made it to the end, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.